I want to show you how to use the shell for chemistry in the community lab. So what you're seeing right now is the Brightspace course shell, and you get to the class using this waffle. So if I click on the waffle, you'll get a list of your classes. So I've selected this one, chemistry in the community lab. And when you click on that, your course should look something like what you're seeing here. Looking at this blue ribbon up across the top, the course home is where we are now. And so you can see the announcements show up. This is week 2, so there's the announcement there. And then the calendar here showing upcoming due dates. And then if you go to coursework, well, that's where most of the work is. So I'll come back to that. Communications, you can see the announcements again. And the Vuja and Zoom, if you need to meet with me, I'll send you a Zoom link. So that's how we'll use Zoom in this class. There's no scheduled meeting times. My grades is important. You can click on grades and you can see what you've completed, and that will all be recorded there. And then CNM resources, there's CNM student resources and online student resources. And both of these have really important information that you can look through about how to be a successful online student, about the DRC, tutoring, all that kind of information is there. So I encourage you to look through that. And then the help. So if you need help, tutorials, and so forth are here. So that's that main ribbon. Let's go now to coursework and the content. And so what you find here is the weekly assignments. First of all is the overview and syllabus. And as you scroll down here, you see the syllabus. So this is important to read right at the beginning of the class. Read through all of this, so you'll understand how the class works and what the expectations are. And when you get to the schedule, I encourage you to print the schedule and keep it as a checklist. So each week you'll know what you need to submit. And then after the schedule comes a list of the materials you'll need for the at-home experiments. And so that way you can plan ahead, pick up things when you're out. Most of these are things you can find at a grocery store, or, like a Walmart. So you can plan ahead. Here's the things you might need to buy, and here's the itemized everything for every experiment. Next on this list is the day 1. So these are kind of learning modules, and in the day 1, you'll find information about that you need at the beginning of the course. So there's the Brightspace orientation, and if you click on that, it'll show you this document that is helpful to understand how to navigate Brightspace, similar to what you're getting in this video. And then you go back to day 1. And this isn't the only way, but I just click on this back to day 1. And that should bring me back to the available student resources, course information and expectations. The course map kind of just shows how it'll all associate back to the outcomes. And then the manual. And the manual, you don't really have to do anything with it if you don't want to, but all the information in each of the learning modules is found here in the manual in PDF format. So if you're having trouble accessing it, or you want to print the whole thing right at the beginning, you can click on that and use it. If you'd rather just see it week by week as it comes up, that works too. So after the day 1, let's go to the first week. So under week 1, we'll always start with the objectives, what you're going to be doing this week. And most every week has a quiz, a discussion, and an experiment. And the thing that's really important is this study guide. So you see it every week, there will be a study guide. And when I click on the study guide, what it shows you, it gives you the objectives again, and it gives you the graded work and how many points and when that is due. And then comes the resources. So each of these items are links to videos or web pages or handouts that will help you to learn the material for the week. So you'll click through each of these, and while you view these videos and information, you'll fill out this study guide. So below these links, you find the study guide. So here is a bunch of written information that kind of explains what you're seeing in the video and how it connects to the class. And then for each video, so like this is chemistry, the chem lab, safety in every footstep. So in this film, you should be able to answer these questions. So as you watch the film, answer these questions. You can print this out or save it to a document and put the answers in it. But these are going to be the answers to the quiz questions. And so you see the bolded questions, those are on the quiz. So if you're having a hard time keeping up, or you feel like it's too much questions, just do the bolded ones. That's okay too. If the questions are helping you focus and get more out of it, do all the questions. But the bolded are the important ones for the quiz. So you can see that each film has a list of questions. Here's the next film and a list of questions and so forth. And so you go through the films, the websites, and answer all these questions, reading the information in between, because sometimes you need a little more than is in the film. And so that's what this additional information is. So that's kind of the heart of what you're doing during the week. And then there's terms and the works cited. So that's what you find in this study guide. And so that's what's going to help you on the quiz. So the next thing here is the discussion. Let me come back to it. The quiz is right here, and I'm doing this after it's already due, so it's saying it's overdue, but the due dates will be there and you can see them. So you click on the quiz, and the questions are on the quiz come from the study guide. So use your study guide. It should be a low pressure. You can look up answers as you go. It's just important things that I wanted you to learn this week, and that's what you'll find on the quiz. There's also a discussion every week. So here's the discussion. You click on this. You need to create a post, and 2 responses is usually what you need to do. And so you do a discussion every week. And then the other thing to do every week is the at-home experiment. And since this one's overdue already, this is the experiment for week 1. I'm going to go to week 2 and show you that one just so you can see how it works. So I'm leaving week 1, even though I would have need to do that piece. So go into week 2 over on this side. And so here you see, again, just like every week, here's your agenda items of what we're going to learn this week. Here's the study guide. Here's the discussion. And here's the experiment. So it's the ice melting experiment. If you click on the experiment, then it gives you these documents so that the report sheet is in different formats. And so you can choose the format that works best for you. I like the doc format because that gives you the ability to just type in your answers and then to submit it. And so you'll upload it and submit your assignment. And you can see the rubric here, so you'll know how it's being graded, and that can help you as you fill out the report. But the report tells you what you need to do for the experiment, what you need to have available, and what you need to record, and tell me about the experiment. You'll always also be taking pictures of your experiment, so you'll include those in your document. And when you take a picture, what I like you to do is just write your name on an index card or a piece of paper and have that in the picture. So when I see the picture, I can associate it with the student who did the work as well. And that's all there is to it. And you go to my grades to see the recorded work. Some of it I will need to grade, some of it, the quizzes are often partly automatically graded or maybe completely automatically graded. And each week you just go through a learning module. And I hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask.